بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد وصل اللهم وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعترة نبيك الطيبين الطاهرين علي أمير المؤمنين وقائد الغر المحجلين وعلى البضعة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين وعلى سبطي نبي الرحمة وسيد شباب أهل الجنة الحسن والحسين عليهما السلام وعلى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي المذنبة المقصرة بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: يا بني آدم قد أنزلنا عليكم لباسا يواري سوآتكم وريشا ولباس التقوى ذلك خير ذلك من آيات الله لعلهم يذكرون. I mentioned in the previous weeks that there are three important tools to invite and attract other people to our religion, to our faith. Two of them I already mentioned, and they are internal elements. One of them is manners, akhlaq. With your manners you can attract. With your humility, with your generosity, with your forgiveness, with your tolerance, you can attract people to your religion. The second was open-mindedness and knowledge. We cannot speak about other religions or even about Islam if we know nothing. If we know nothing about Islam and Christianity, how can we invite people to our religion? If we know nothing about monotheism, today when Muslims are asked about God, what is God? They have simple answer that they learned when they were in the kindergarten. And they keep it with them until, 70s, and when they are 70s, 80s, 90s. What is monotheism? God is one. God is one, that's it. Nothing beyond that. Allahu Wahid. First of all, even Allah is not Wahid. This is not right to say Wahid, because Wahid is followed by what? Amir al-Mu'mineen says Wahid, number one, is followed by what? By two. So once one is followed by two, you cannot say God is one. It has a different meaning. Ahadiyya and Wahidiyya, it means that he has no comparison. Not he is one, number one. Number one is wrong, because number one is followed by two and three and four and five. Allahu Wahid means وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ. He's unique. He has no comparison. We cannot compare him to anything in this universe. So this is the second element. When you learn Islam, you can attract people. Through jahl, through ignorance, through narrow-mindedness, we cannot invite anyone to this religion. We are going to do disservice to Islam if we don't understand Islam. Or if we understand Islam upside down. Upside down. Some people understand Islam upside down. So ilm. Ilm is the second tool, the second means of attracting, inviting. Islam is based on intelligence, is based on reason, aql. Everything we say, everything we present is rational, is reasonable, is intellectual. The third thing that I wanted to mention, and I asked you about it next week and nobody was able to tell me, the third tool where we invite Islam, in my opinion, is your appearance, al-madhar. In Arabic, they say madhar, hindam, your appearance, your attire, what you wear, what you put on, your clothing. You can invite Islam, especially in the West, here, in the West. You can invite people with your appearance, how you appear, how you present yourself, not just morally and ethically, but physically too. Your look could invite or could disinvite people to this religion. And therefore, and don't take this lightly. Don't say clothing has no role. Clothing and your attire and how you appear, whether you are a man or a woman, does have a big role on attracting people, inviting people to your religion. What we wear, my friends, determines our value system. What you wear and I wear, it does determine our value system. It's a reflection of our personality, our character, our religion, our culture, our family values is reflected in what we wear. Therefore, while you live in the West here, you must take care of what you wear. Some people think that I can be derwish, no problem. I can wear anything, old-fashioned, shabby, worn out dress, no problem. But there is a problem here. You have to be careful of what you wear. Don't wear according only to your taste, to what you love. Look at the society around you. Look at your family value. Look at your societal value. Look at your religious and moral value. You have to be very careful of how presenting yourself. People are going to judge you, whether right or wrong. It might be wrong. They should not judge you, but definitely they're going to judge you according to what you wear, according to your attire, to your dress. They're going to judge you. They're going to approach you or not approach you based on what you wear too. You have to be very careful. In selecting your clothing, you have to be very careful. I see, unfortunately, there is a decline. There is, when it comes to our attire, as American people, there is a decline in these values. People do not care about what they wear, even if they disrespect others. In 1993, I came to this country for the first time. It was summer, July. And summer is very hot in this country. So I was invited to give a speech about Islam at Mount Sac College, Mount San Antonio College in Walnut. It was July. I had just came from London, so I had to dress up. I wore tie, suit and tie, and I went there in a formal dress. I came to the classroom. I saw people come with shorts, with flip-flops, with tank tops, girls wearing these. I was shocked. These things are not allowed in England. I used to send my children to a school in London. They were 5 years old, 6. They have to wear a tie. They would not admit them into the classroom if they don't wear formal dress. So I realized that clothing here, sometimes people don't care about it. There was a study in the New York Times about a week ago. They took pictures from places in New York City in 1991, and then from the same locations and same streets and same buildings in 2019, April of 2019, after 68 years. They compare between 1951 and 2019, 68 years. You can see most people in these pictures, all of them, entire people who were in these pictures in 1951, they are dressed up, formal dress, a beautiful dress. Now, when you look at them now, it's completely different. The values of what we wear is going down. It should not melt down. Yes, don't be arrogant in what you wear. Be modest, but be presentable. Be presentable. Your dress has to be clean. Your dress has to be neat. Your dress has to be at least acceptable in the society. acceptable to the general taste of the society, the general, norm of the reputable society. So dress makes a big difference on us, my friends. Your house, your desk, your street, your neighborhood. When your neighborhood is tidy, is clean, is presentable, is nice, you enjoy it. I saw a clip the other day, Japanese women living in Cairo. They came to Cairo for some reasons, whether to learn language or something else. Japanese women living in Cairo, they were picking up the trash from the streets of Cairo. They are guests, tourists, but they didn't like what they saw. And Cairo is an example of the Muslim society, the whole Muslim society. Our neighborhoods are reflections of our identity. Your house, your masjid, if your masjid is not clean and organized, people are going to judge your prophet. People are going to judge your book and your religion. You cannot convince people that my religion is the best, is the most progressive, is the most advanced, when my house, my desk, my car, my neighborhood, my mosque are not nice. The second thing when we wear, my friends, about our attire, our clothing, and our appearance in general. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has been reported, روي عنه أنه قال جالسوا من يذكركم بالله رؤيته. Sit, be with a person that when you see him or her, his or her appearance are going to remind you of God. What does that mean? God does not have a shape. God does not have a clothing. God does not have an attire. God does not have a dress code. That means that when you look at that person, his appearance, his behavior, his face, even including his clothing, is going to remind you of piety. It gets you close to God, close to righteousness. This is how we should wear. This is the message that we should pass to our young generation, to our children. That your dress is a responsibility, is a message, especially when you live in this country, especially when you are a minority. You have to be very careful of what you wear. Now, some people ask me about hijab. How should the hijab should be for our women? Should it be abaya, very strict? Should it be light? Should it be liberal? That's a different question. We might mention that at another times, inshallah. How also to attract the American people, the non-Muslims, through your hijab. Definitely your hijab should not be a horrible hijab. And I mentioned this many times here. I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. Free country, free choice, freedom of choice. But those few, very, very, very few women who chose to wear the niqab, they are doing disservice to Islam in this country, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. In my humble opinion, you cannot invite people to the beauty of Islam, to the openness of Islam, to the equality of men and women in Islam when someone is wearing niqab, only showing her eyes while she's driving. What is the point of that? If you are very, very, really attractive, you think that you are very beautiful, you should not leave your house. Stay indoors so people cannot see you. If this is what you think. If you are not very attractive, then no, you are not going to get the attention of, people. You are regular. You are just like other women in the society. So there is no point in wearing this. No point in wearing this. Take Islam in a nice way, in a beautiful way. We should not be extremist here. God wants you to live a normal life. Neither we walk naked, nor we cover up from head to bottom. Everything is covered, including the face. We have to be moderate. Our religion is the religion of moderation. Our community, the Islamic community, is the community of moderation. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا. A community of moderation that you can attract people to your religion. Don't keep it to yourself. It's not good to keep my madhab, my Islam just to myself. We need to invite, but we invite through these several means. One of them is manners, the second is knowledge, ilm, and openness, and the third is your attire and your appearance. We have a program here every night of Ramadan. Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, it begins with Salat and Iftar. Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, it begins at 9 p.m. with dua and lecture. So we have a program every night here until the end of the month, inshallah. There is a fundraising for the Imam al-Hujjah Hospital in the city of Karbala and the orphanages and the service we do, DRF, Development and Relief Foundation, does to the mu'mineen in Baghdad, Najaf, and Karbala. The fundraiser is on Sunday 19th. If you want to participate, Ali Muhammadi is here, standing somewhere. This is Brother Ali Muhammadi. He has the tickets. It would be Sunday 19th here in Irvine, inshallah. Allahumma aghfir lil mu'mineen wal mu'minat wal muslimeen wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat tabi' Allahumma baynana wa baynahum bil khayrat innaka mujibud da'awat innaka ghafirul khati'at. Allahumma taqabbal minna salatana وصيامنا ودعاءنا وقرآننا في هذا الشهر العظيم واجعلنا من عتقائك من النار وعجل في فرج إمامنا وسيدنا صاحب العصر والزمان وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.